wild boar, roe deer, and mouflon. We're in August, on our way hunting a so-called feisthash, a fat stag. Here the Danish hunter Michael Christensen and the Berleberg's gamekeeper Patrick Rath are passing a wallow on their way to the place where they're going to hunt a specific stag. Already on their way to the high seat, they see a herd of hinds and calves, a good sign for Michael. Taught by experience, Patrick tries to keep as close to cover as possible and is constantly using his binoculars in order not to overlook and thereby start any animals. A little later, the hunters are passing another glade on their way to their destination, and here a lot of game has already come out in the open. And as usual, here in August, there are still many stags in the herds. Patrick is educated as a gamekeeper here at Berleberg and is responsible for the game management in consultation with Prince Richard and Prince Gustav. They constitute a strong managing trio of hunting experience and knowledge of general deer management. In order to make the best possible conditions for the selection of which stags to be harvested, high seats or platforms made of wood have been erected many strategic places in the terrain. The high seats are very well made, with the sides covered so the hunters can move around without being spotted by the game. Many places in the forest, Patrick has made clover fields in order to provide extra feeding grounds for the red deer. A number of the stags which have been selected for harvest are shot during August. In the late summer, the antlers stop growing and the stags fray to remove the velvet. As the stags no longer need large amounts of energy to build antlers, they become very fat in the late summer. The fat is an energy depot, which makes the stags able to get through the vigor of the rutting season, where a rutting stag hardly has any time to feed. In the period from when the antlers are clean until when the rut begins, the stags are called feisthasche, meaning fat stags. It's important to harvest some of the stags now, as the stags that are not able to defend a territory and get a harem often join the bachelor herds, which often stay in the dense forest. Both these factors make it very difficult to shoot these stags later in the season. Here Michael is on a stag hunt in late August. Naturally, Patrick knows all his major stags, and for the sake of convenience, he has given them pet names. The whitey stag here is called Babyface, while the other is called Wapiti, due to his extraordinary spread, which makes him resemble his American cousin.
Das ist der Wapiti. Was heißt das? Den können wir schießen. Ach so. Das ist der. So ein bisschen knubbelig. Ja. Siehst du, das ist so ein bisschen dick. Ja. Warte, da ist noch ein Länder.
Notice how different the two stags' antlers and general appearance are.
Okay. Perfect shot.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect shot. Gut, gut. Perfekt. Perfekt. Super. Sitzt richtig gut drauf.
Ich denke schon.
Ja, nein, man kann es richtig sehen. Auf dem Blatt richtig. Mit Einschlag.
Schön. Dann kann ich schon wieder entladen.
Spritzt richtig Schweiß raus. Ja, kannst entladen.
Now it shall be exciting to get a closer look at the stag. For this classic German hunt, Michael has chosen a classic German rifle and a classic German caliber, a Sauer takedown in 8x57 JS. In slow motion, it is evident that Michael's bullet is placed exactly where it's supposed to be.
Okay. Perfect shot.
Ja, okay.
Ja, Michael. Der war Piti. Ganz bizarrer Hirsch. Wirklich. Hat sich lange durchgemogelt. Jetzt hat eine alte Laufverletzung gehabt. Vielleicht deshalb auch so ein bisschen abnorm. Aber wirklich wunderbare Trophäe. Interessante Feisthirschjagd jetzt gewesen.
Ich werde so eine noch nie schießen auf jeden Fall.
Da gibt's nicht noch mal einen von. Perfekt.
Das ist ja verrückt.
Hier die Bastfetzen noch dran.
13.
Hier
Kopf.
ist 13. Kopf.
13. Kopf. Mein Gott.
Im Rahmen nie groß gewesen, der Hirsch. Lang, aber nicht sonderlich schwer. Aber ist er nie gewesen. Und von der Trophäe eigentlich immer so in dieser Form auch geblieben.
Sehr schön.
Haben wir wunderbar sämtliche Abwurfstangen vom zweiten Kopf aufwärts zuzuordnen.
Tja, das kriegt man ja auch nur in so einem 1A-Revier.
Genial. Wirklich genial. Er hat vielleicht unten im Umfang noch mal ein bisschen zugenommen im Vergleich zu dem, was wir vorhin gesehen haben, aber sonst,
Vom letzten Jahr.
ja, aber sonst drückt ihn das Alter sehr.
Das war passend. Den
Now he and Patrick have spotted the top of the antlers of a very good one, wallowing at the right edge of the glade. The rut is well underway, and the stags are now spread all over the terrain where they defend their territories and try to keep their harems together. Although the stag is close, the hunters have to stalk closer, as they, due to the curvature of the ground, will only be able to see part of the stag's body, even if he gets up to roar again. Due to the terrain, however, the hunters have no choice, as they cannot get a free line of fire from where they are. Instead, they must stalk closer without any kind of cover. Patrick makes sure that the cameraman can still see the stag, as neither he nor Kim has a chance to see it due to the small ridge on the hill to the right of the beech tree. It is not only troublesome to belly crawl that far, but there is also a grave risk of getting detected. But who dares wins? The stag is mostly busy with his rutting activities, but he seems to have smelled a rat, because he stops roaring and keeps staring in the direction of the beech tree, which the hunters are trying to reach. The beech is only 35 meters from the stag, and he is now very suspicious. That was an exciting little hunt, which yielded damp trousers and an increased pulse as the most tangible results. Too bad, because the stag is a 12-year-old top-class head, which Patrick estimated would reach 210, 220 CIC points. In other words, a gold medal head, and accordingly one you do not get hold of easily. Part of the management policy is not to harvest the mature stags before they're 12 years old. This demand comes prior to the weight of the trophy and the number of points it would make when measured. The reason behind this is a philosophy that man is nowhere near as good at selecting the proper breeding animals as nature is. Sooner or later, the wrong animals will breed if you shoot the mature stags too early, and biologically, the population will suffer in the long run. When the rut is at its height, Belleberg Estate is reverberating with the long roars of the stags. Like love, the atmosphere which arises in this scenery and with the roars all around you is very hard to reproduce. You have to be there in order to enjoy and get thrilled over it to its full extent. Patrick and Kim have tried to find a hunt in several stags, but haven't been lucky the last few days. But let's go back a year to this stag, which will play an important part of Kim's life later on. The stag arrived to Berleburg from one of the neighboring estates, and Patrick only saw him during the rut. But since then, he has studied the stag at several occasions and is positive of his judgment. Everything is under control. This stag is named Babyface. Here in September, it has a territory right here in one of the core areas of Belleburg. Just a month after, it was with the stag Michael shot in August, almost 5 kilometers away. Due to the careful management, Belleburg is home to a winter population of around 350 red deer. Of these, only 8 to 11 trophy stags are taken annually. Both here and in the neighboring terrains, all trophy stags must reach an age of a minimum 12 years before they can be harvested. This policy ensures that the strongest stags will breed for several seasons. In order to regulate the population, a number of lesser stags must be culled. These animals are divided into groups based upon age and the development of their antlers. For example, if a stag of 3 years does not develop a crowned antler, Patrick will try to cull it in the same season. Babyface here is a promising animal which still has 3 to 5 years to go before he'll be classified as a trophy stag here at Belleburg. In addition to the stags, a suitable number of hinds and calves are being culled based upon counting the animals and the manager's many years of experience. Here too, the culling is very selective, as the matriarchs are not killed, whereas weakly developed hinds and calves are removed. This stag is on the harvest list, and Kim and Patrick try to see if they can stalk close enough to get within a good shooting range. Already last year, this stag was shootable, and Kim and Patrick try to see if they can stalk close enough to get within a good shooting range.
Place at Belleburg Estate. Yeah, it's called Paulsgrund. It is a very good place. And we have a very old stag here, 12 years old. And it's ground, you can see some lines. Yes. The stag is roaring. Yeah. So, I try to go.
Here in late September, where the rut is at its height, it is a fantastic experience to walk around this part of Belleburg called Polsgrund. The stag's dramatic demonstrations of power in the shape of both roaring and actual fighting give the hunting an extra dimension, which you will find in very few other hunting connections. It is no wonder that the red stag always have been the king's most highly esteemed and prestigious hunting object. When you consider the marvelous population of top trophy red deer and the beautifully undulating terrain, it is no wonder that the hunting at Belleburg is famous all over the world. Apparently, everything is going by the book for Kim. But just as he's going to shoot, the stag disappears between the trees. As experienced hunters, both Kim and Patrick know that when the game has not caught the scent of people, it is often rewarding to be patient and wait a while to see if the animal returns. Their patience is rewarded. Soon the stag reappears from the trees, but unfortunately rather far away, a little bit more than the 200 meters which Patrick normally puts as a limit to how far he'll let the client shoot. The stag fever has got a hold of Kim. Now it is the moment of truth for Kim. Will luck finally change? At this distance, the stag must stop broadside on before he will be allowed to shoot. This is it. But even an experienced man like Kim cannot really get a grip of his breath and keep the nerves steady when he's going to shoot as good a head as this one.
siden.
As the stag neither stops nor turns broadside, Patrick imitates the sound of a hind.
Well done, Kim. Perfect.
Oh, he just got down. Thank you very much.
Perfect shot.
Oh yeah. He just fall to the ground.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe the shot is a little bit high.
Yeah, it's a little bit
but
high.
Yeah.
We told him on the shoulder, then I
Yeah.
maybe get a little bit high, but
Yeah.
he go down.
Excellent. Excellent.
That's good. Hold da kæft. Det må være hjortefeber. Jeg har aldrig haft sådan, der ryster i kroppen. Ej, det er fantastisk.
The old stag is down, here at the center of his territory, and the magic moment has arrived where Kim can go down to him and hold the beautiful antlers in his hands. Only those who have tried this can truly understand Kim's enthusiasm right now.
Yeah, Kim. Well done.
Thank you.
Look what you have done. What a beautiful animal.
It's a beautiful animal.
A big, big, big old stag.
Oh, it's beautiful. How old is he?
Excellent stag. It's a 12-year-old stag.
12 years?
Yeah, exactly.
It's very beautiful. It's
Look
my
at the base. It's
dream trophy.
he's close to gold.
It's close to gold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very close. Maybe it's a gold.
Yes. 18 inches, I think, if you count the little one right there. Is that one?
18 months. That's a dream trophy.
That's my dream trophy
Yeah.
anyway. I look forward to this for the whole year.
Yeah.
So, I've seen pictures of him.
And
Oh,
it's a
he's
big
good.
body.
Big body. How much do you think he weighed? This way?
Yeah.
Like this?
Close to 100. Like this?
Like this?
Yeah. 180.
180.
190.
Jamen Patrick, han kan sige kram. Han siger, at vi går herud til Pauls grund, der havde han en gammel hjort, der gerne blev skudt. Og jamen han fik ret, det var her, da vi kom. Jamen det skal opleves. Bare én gang i livet prøve at komme på brundsjagt efter hjort, fordi det hører forskellige hjort brøle, det er unikt. Man kan ikke engang genfortælle det, så fantastisk er det. Man kan stå for kuldegysene, bare man snakker om det, men det skal alle prøve. Det er helt sikkert.
Both the princes and the visitors are greatly appreciating. The idyllic surroundings where the stags are shown the last respect is called Homerichhausen and is situated right in the core of the best stag area of Belleberg. Here in this little paradise, Patrick Rath, the gamekeeper, lives with his family.
Weidmanns Heil.
Dank. Hvor lyder det smukt herude.
Weidmanns Heil, ja det gør det.
Fantastisk, man kan høre ekkoet. Det er helt fantastisk. Helt fantastisk.
Det er helt utroligt.
Ja. Så man kan få helt kuldegysning, når man
After this impressive end of the hunt, the traditional German salutations are exchanged. Weidmanns Heil, to which the hunter replies, Weidmanns Dank. In addition, the hunters will experience the outstanding warm-heartedness and genuine interest from their hosts at Berleburg. But this year's harvest of top trophy stags is far from over. This stag is not like so many others at Berleburg, but something quite special, Patrick explains. It is called Der Bleichherrsch, the lead stag. Patrick and Paul Erik not only got a glimpse of it, but Patrick is in no doubt at all. The stag's name is caused by the fact that his shed antlers have turned out to be much heavier than one would think at a glance. It is this old stag that Paul Erik has decided to hunt. We're in the middle of September, and the hunt is made difficult by all the leaves on the trees, but in return, the lead stag frequently makes his characteristic deep roars, which make it easier to locate him. He is a truly mature stag, which Patrick knows for sure to be 16 years old. Whether the head qualifies for a medal or not is of no consequence here at Berleburg. Age is the most important criteria of selecting the stags to be harvested. Only very few places in the world hold so many stags of such an advanced age as Berleburg. Nothing is left to chance at Berleburg, and accordingly, Patrick can deliver stag hunting of the very finest quality.
He's lying down, is he? Yeah. He's lying down. Yeah.
The hunter's most important tool is the